I've been trying to produce videos with some kind of regularity, but this one's coming kind of late for various reasons. But Christmas has come and gone, and so it's time to put my nose back to the grindstone. I needed some work done on it anyway. Brass is a game designed by Martin Wallace, in which players try to... What?
This video's gone on long enough. Next time.
Oh, that? But I just got a bunch of new games. That's an old game. I guess I did promise it, didn't I? Fine. The first of my post-Christmas game blowout series will have to wait. Stupid following through on what I say I'm gonna do bullshit. Now before we get started, I want to make sure that everyone understands that this is meant as a companion piece to my last video, which, as was so astutely observed, ended with a suggestion for a game that offers the same experience as Kalis but with a lighter feel. There are other games that fit this bill, but Pillars is the one we're going to talk about today, so deal with it. Each player receives 3 craftspeople, 7 worker dudes, 1 big worker dude, and 3 master builder dudes. Depending on turn order, players put their wafer disc things on the appropriate gold amount, and each player starts with 2 victory points. 2 craftspeople and 7 of 9 resource cards are flipped over. Moving around the table, players can either buy one of the craftspeople with gold, or take one of the resource cards and place the listed amount of workers in the appropriate place on the board. Players can pass, but they then have to put all of their leftover workers on the wool mill, and they can't take any more cards. Once everyone has passed, each player throws their master builders into a bag, and the starting player draws one at a time. The owner of that builder then chooses to place it on the board or pass. If he wants to place the builder, he pays the current placement cost and puts it somewhere on the board. If he chooses to pass, he puts his builder on the spot next to the current placement cost. In either case, the cost to place a builder drops by 1, and a new builder is drawn from the bag. Also, once per round, the person drawing builders can choose to immediately put a builder back in the bag after it's been drawn. That's a nice little perk. Once all the builders have been drawn from the bag, any leftover builders now get placed on the board for free in passing order. Once all builders are on the board, the great activation sequence begins. The ultimate goal of the game is to get your grubby little hands on the various goods that you then shove into the hands of more and more efficient craftspeople in order to bag tons of victory points. You can only have 5 craftspeople, and you can only carry up to 5 goods from one round to the next, so plan carefully. So what makes this a lighter game than Kalis? For one thing, there are a few random events that really diminish the amount of time that certain over-analytical players can justify staring at the board. Goods pretty much serve one purpose in the game, and that's to convert right into victory points. There's no building of buildings for other players to use or any kind of secondary castle phase, though the theme of the game does involve players building a cathedral that gets completed with or without their help. I don't know, it's based on a book. Something. Whatever. This lightness of being is what can draw players to or drive them from this game. Some players like zero-chance games of strategy where they can plan out the entire game and announce to everyone else that they've foreseen their own victory, while other players like having a chance to capitalize on that random card flip from one round to the next. To me, it's two different skill sets represented in seemingly similar fashions. They're not mutually exclusive, but now you might know a little more about the nature of that itch you've been trying to scratch and what games you might be interested in. Whoa, wait a second. Did I just try to make some kind of profound insight into board game mechanics and why people like certain ones over others? Man, I need more eggnog. We don't want that sort of thing to become a habit.